Hello, I'm Bry Grills, and I'm back out today to make the same video again. I thought, well, if I make the same video, it'll be fine. I'm here, I'm going to have a cup of coffee with the, put my cup over there, Nescafe 3-in-1, and I'll get the jet boil set up while I talk about a film that I really do enjoy watching. And it's a film called Pierrepoint. Pierrepoint is a film about Britain's last executioner back in the olden times when they had the death penalty in the United Kingdom. Albert Pierrepoint came from a line of executioners, for want of a better word. There's no other way of putting it. If you hang people for the state, then that makes you an executioner. But not that there's anything wrong with that, you know. Let's get this water on the go. Get this water boiling. I'm as organised as always. I'm as organised as I always am. I've got my bottle of Tapaline. Let's put that over there. Get that out of the way. Got my bottle of Tapaline in a Volvic bottle, reusing that bottle. I suppose I will have to think about getting rid of it soon, because they say you're not supposed to reuse over and over these plastic bottles because of where the sort of microplastics can leach into the water. So let's get this, talk about water, let's get it on the boil. Right, so that's that. So, now the film Pierrepoint, now I'm going to be a bit more prepared and I'm going to actually, look at it properly. Stars Timothy Spall, another one of Britain's legendary actors. Timothy Spall is Albert Pierrepoint, and Eddie Marsan, another great British actor. He sort of plays like a supporting, like the number 2 man in the, and there's various other people that you've probably heard of. Cavan Clerkin's in it. Even James Corden makes an appearance. Christopher Fulford, another British actor that's just overlooked. Let's have a think. Yeah, there's plenty of. Peter Johnfield, he's been around as well. Another one of those faces that you see, you're watching something, you go, hang on, that's I've seen him in something else. And plenty of other people in Pierrepoint. So now the story is it's following Albert's sort of acceptance into the Home Office execution scheme, I suppose, for want of a better word, because his father before him was a hangman, and so he decides he wants to carry on the family tradition, if you like. His old mum's not happy with it, but what can you do? You have to do what a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And his old mum's not happy, she's not thrilled about Albert becoming, or I think he's Albert Jr. Albert's becoming a hangman. So, and it follows the story of Albert meeting his bride-to-be. He's taken an interest in a young lady who works in a shop locally. And it sort of follows the story of him going out with his bride-to-be, wooing his bride-to-be, and then it goes on to chart his training in the way to execute people. Water's boiling already. Look at that. That is good. So we'll pour that in. That's that. Look at that. Cup of coffee in minutes. Cup of coffee in a couple of minutes. You can't beat the old jet boil, I may not go camping anymore, I do enjoy coming out to secluded little countryside spots. You know, I've got the river over there, and all is well, all is right with the world. No people, which is a win. We're going to stir the granny out of that coffee. Right, we'll put that down. Anyway, so then he goes, he executes a few people. This is in the sort of 1930s into the 1940s, where of course World War II happens, and then it charts his role at the end of World War II, going over and hanging all the Nazi war criminals once they've been tried and sentenced. You know, he's got to go. Well, he hasn't got to go over there, but he's the #1 man on the Home Office list. The Home Secretary says, "Yeah, you're the man." So he sends Pierrepoint over to Germany, where he just hangs an insane amount of Nazi war criminals. You know, and it changes him. It changes him inside. He's not the same man that he once was. You know, a few villains here and there, you know, is fine. But then when you're hanging people on an industrial scale, you know, it must change. It must change a man, or a person. It must change a person. Let's do this button up. I don't want to look like entirely too casual. So it's a good film, though. It is a good film, made in 2005. So it's been around a while. If you've not heard of it before, then believe me, because I'm Briar Grills, and you know. So yeah, Pierrepoint, The Last Executioner. It's a really, really good film, solid acting throughout. Yeah, Timothy Spall's in it. What more could you want out of life, you know? Timothy Spall, win. That's it. That's all you need to know, really. But Timothy Spall's in it. So, Timothy Spall, of course, made famous by that iconic role of Barry Taylor in Auf Wiedersehen, Pet, way back in the 80s. And a lot of people didn't know, and I didn't know this either, that Timothy Spall is actually a Londoner. I didn't know that. I always thought that Timothy Spall, because of the Barry Taylor character, I always thought he was a Brummie. I didn't realise. I think he's from Bermondsey. I think he's actually from Bermondsey. But I didn't realise that Tim Spall is a Londoner. So that's how well he played the role of Barry Taylor. But it is a good film. It's well acted. It's a well constructed story. It's written beautifully. Yeah, Pierrepoint, The Last Executioner. Give it a watch. Believe me, you won't be disappointed. So, and if you have watched it and you were disappointed, then feel free to leave a comment in the box below. If you've watched it and you really enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a comment in the box below. If you couldn't care less either way, then do what you think's best, really. Do what you want to do. So, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to drink this coffee and get this fly out of my coffee as well. A little bug or something in there. Get out. Yeah, drinking my coffee for me. I'm going to have a look out over the water and just generally soak up the ambience and try and relax and breathe, really. Try and breathe in this nice sea air. So that's my plan for the next little while. Drink this coffee and then yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.